Hey ladies, so I'm going to share with you some odd techniques that made my ex obsessed and make men obsessed. Now, I know I just did a video on decentering men and centering yourself, but I thought it was only fair that I just make an opposite video for the ladies that are out there trying to date or currently going through like a breakup, or you're just trying to basically make them regret, which is kind of toxic, but hey, you live and you learn. Do you? Now, these are the things that I did. And all of this was literally just a lot of it was accidental. There was only one thing that was intentional. So a lot of things I'm telling you, they started off as accidental. And then I'm very good at analyzing things and going back and figuring out what I did to make this person act this way. So anyway, number one, I decentered men, literally decentered them, acted like they don't exist. Now, I did that because I was so sick and tired of the way I was feeling, the way men were making me feel. Like I was not a priority, like I did not really matter. Like I hated the feeling. Like even after I would go on dates, I never really felt like a priority or the prize. And so what happened was I just said, forget it. I'm going to completely decenter men. Meaning first of all, I'm not texting you first, messaging you first, calling you first, making plans to do anything first. Like it ain't none of that. If a man hit me up, it was all incoming communication. And a lot of you all may say, well, I've been doing that. Okay. Well, then this should be a very easy tip for you. So for me, it was no good morning. It was no, let me call and check on you. And then on top of that, not only was it always incoming communication, I was very, like, sometimes I just wouldn't reply back because I would ask myself, how am I benefiting from this? Once you understand human nature, which is, as women, we're supposed to, how can we benefit? Long story short, how can we benefit from this? People are human nature. We're naturally selfish people, right? And so when I looked at my communication, I'm just like, I'm not benefiting from this. And it's not selfish to desire relationships that you actually benefit from, especially relationships from people that are desiring to be your romantic partner. And so once I realized, no, I could talk to you all if I want to talk. I could talk to my actual brothers and my mom and my dogs if I want to talk. I just stopped. And literally that made them so obsessed, especially when it came to my ex. I remember I just completely cut off communication. I went ghost as far as like talking to them. I didn't reach out to them first. They would call me. I just wouldn't talk to them because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then, but I would still post on my social media. Why? Because I actually like doing that. And, so they saw that I was living my life. And honestly, I was living a more stress-free life because I wasn't allowing someone else to make me feel a certain type of way, right? So I recentered myself. But what ended up happening was I did a girl thing. So I was driving and I thought my car was gonna make it to the gas station. Come to find out, it made it, but I didn't think it was gonna make it. I was panicking, so I ended up calling up my ex, and I was like, I'm freaking. I was like, oh, I'm nervous. He was like, what's wrong? Now, first of all, he picked up on the first ring. That was something I was like, okay, you pick up on the first ring. I haven't talked to you in a while. Okay. Normally, you wouldn't pick up. Anyway, I was like, oh my God, I'm panicking. I think my car is going to run out of gas. I thought I was going to make it to the gas station. He was like, where are you? I gave him my ETA. And he was like, oh, you're going to make it, but, let me know if you don't or whatever, right? So when I got there, I made it to the gas station. When I got there, I was walking in to pay the pump because I never pay at the pump because they take more money than what's necessary. But anyway, and I had a Cash App. It was $35. He was like, here's for gas. I didn't ask for the money. I hadn't talked to this man almost 3 weeks. Why are you rent? Like, and of course, $35 might not seem like a lot to you all, but it was just the whole thing. Like, okay, thank you. And again, I called him, I thanked him, I appreciated it or whatever, right? And that was it. I went about my day because I was actually headed on a date, to be very honest. I was headed to go on a date. And when I was on a date with this guy, he was like, oh, you look so nice, you smell so good. We went to the restaurant that I wanted to go to. I ordered whatever I wanted to order. And then after we left, he was like, do you need anything? No. He was like, so what are you about to do? I was like, well, I was thinking about just, I want to go buy these shoes at the mall. That's what I was about to go do, buy some shoes at the mall. He was like, well, I'll go. And I'm just thinking, For what? But okay. Y'all already know the story. I was like, okay, you can come, but you know, I didn't buy my shoes. He bought my shoes. Now, did I date this man? No. Did this man get anything from me? No. Like, I literally decided to go out on a date with him because I'm like, I need to get out. I had been in the house for so long. I just need to get out. Like, that's how decentralized I had made men. So, mind you, after I talked to him, I said, hey, I had a good time with you. I think you're a great person, but we just don't mesh. You know, I'm just not. But if you still want to be friends and stuff like that, we can. Y'all, when I say that, man, he's hit me up all the time. Because I have an Amazon wish list. Buy stuff off my Amazon wish list all the time. This man don't even know my real name. I never give my real name out to people. Don't even know my real name. But I have Amazon packages coming through this house all the time. So, that was something else. You want to decenter men, right? That makes life so much easier for you. And what I did when I really started the process was, you know, Melrose 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. I did that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Literally. And if I was thinking about him, I said, you're not going to take up any more energy. You're not going to take up any more space. I take the dogs for a walk. I will find something else to do with my time besides that. And they become obsessed because they don't know how you're functioning and living without them. So that's number one. Number two is literally, how do I word this? Accepting men as they are. And I think that's a lot of times as women, we feel like we can change them, especially younger women. We feel like, oh, we can change a man. Or you see a man and you're like, oh my God, you don't have to be living like that. At least I was. I always had such a soft heart. And I do have a soft heart. Because I'm like, oh, who's taking care of you? Who's looking out for you? Who's doing these things for you? And that's part of the reason why I went to school to be a nurse. I didn't finish the program. That's another story for another day. But I just have a really, really soft heart. And what I realized was that these men know what they're doing. They know the lifestyle they want to live. They do y'all watch Underbelly? Like, some men want to be pimps. Some men want to be tricked. Some men are going to be cheaters. Some men are going to, and you have to accept them as they are. And don't try to change anything about them. That was a very critical lesson I learned. Don't try to change them. Treat them as they are. And you will get a lot farther. You will make them so obsessed because they're like, oh, wow, you're accepting me as I am. You're accepting me and you're not trying to change me at all, you know. And so that was another thing I started doing. I just like, if you want to be, you know, any of those things I just listed, a trick, a pimp. Well, you ain't gonna be no pimp because I don't deal with those, but whatever it is that you are, I'm going to let you be that, and I'm going to treat you accordingly, you know. And I have no, like, I remember there was this one guy who was married and he was trying to hit on me and he was saying, oh, I think that it's fate. I said, tell your wife that. Go tell your wife that you think that literally is fate. Like, what is wrong with you, sir? That's another thing. Some of these men, they really do like to be disrespected and cussed out. I had heard about this on TikTok, and I remember I was going through a period where I was just like, again, I'm sick and tired. I wasn't trying to just deal with them. I was going through my own stuff, and I was just like, listen, everybody's going to get it. Cussing them out. Literally hit me up on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat. Why? I literally told this guy, I said, why are you texting me? Why are you not texting? Why are you Snapchatting me and you ain't sending no money to my Cash App? Send money. What? That's usually like if you want a man to go away. Some of them really like to be dogged out and cussed out. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Now, take that tip with a grain of salt, because if you get knocked between the stove and the refrigerator, that's none of my business. Now, I don't randomly go and cuss people out. That's not my MO. But there are some that literally want you to like cuss them out. And so sometimes if I'm having a bad day and somebody hit me up on Snapchat or somebody hit me up and I'm like, get the F off my phone. Why? You are no benefit to me. You are literally useless. Why are you messaging me? I would literally tell, I'm in a whole relationship. What do you want? Drive them crazy. Don't know why. Drive them freaking crazy. Now, when it comes to making a man regret, this was not something that I had planned on doing when it came to my ex. This was just, again, a situation where I was like, I have to move on with my life. You know, and it's not even just my ex. It's been guys that I have, you know, dated in the past and it didn't work out. And or they've honestly passed me up for another girl, you know, someone that was completely different from me. How you make them regret. Number one, this is going to sound so cookie cutter, but you have to start living your life. There's nothing more disgusting than a woman that's sitting and soaking. A woman that's so desperate, she's just, why don't you love me? Why don't you like me? Why don't you be with me? What? Like, get some backbone. For real. There's nothing more disgusting than a desperate woman that is literally allowing a man to bring her down. And I can tell you, as someone who I've been through all these phases in my life, and I'm disgusted at the way I carried myself when I was younger. But what I did was I started, number one, I rerouted myself within deep roots in myself and my spirituality. So it's like, if things didn't work out, nothing about my life changed. I kept moving forward. Right. But I also realized that a lot of times we try to get with these men, and these men are energy suckers, you know, and they are sucking a lot of our energy. But you have to realize that some of them actually need our energy to actually function in life. And the moment that we withdraw it, they shrivel up like raisins. So what I'm saying is this: you have to still get up, go to the gym, put on your makeup, live your life, take your photos, do your thing. You have to still, don't stop. A matter of fact, use that situation to go even harder. You know, like for a situation, I've been cheated on, right? Hurt my feelings because I was like, what did I do wrong? You know, I thought I was a good girl. Da, da, da. I will never know to this day, but I do know he regret, because I know he came back and he was like, I'm so sorry. You know, what can I do? You know, I never wanted you to find out. Of course you didn't. You know, let me take care of this. For some reason, me and love to try to use their money. No, I said, go to therapy. I know I went to therapy. Go to therapy. The best way to make a man regret is literally, you have to go and live your life. You have to decenter them. And then if you want to make sure they regret, now this is just for the girls that want to play the games. Ask yourself, what do you want when they try to come back? Like, what is it that you want? Do you want a relationship with them? Do you want them to be sorry? How is that going to help you? Or do you want, like, what really do you want? And for me, I thought that I wanted all the things that I thought she was getting, but I was like, I don't want that crap. You know, I went through the whole where I want you to take me here, and I want you to do this for me, and I want you to pay for that, and I don't ever want to have to worry again. And I got all those things. I started really getting those things, and I realized I just don't even want to deal with you. Like, it became disgusting just to even see that person on my phone. And I realized that it's like, you can make them regret all day long, but that's not going to take away what they did. So it's like, it's going to be a constant loop you're going into. But if you want to make a man regret, literally just keep living your life. That's it. Keep going to that gym. If you're going to the gym, go to the gym. Put on your nice outfit. Put on your clothes. You know, and I would not say start dating again. Do not rush into that, because that does not work. But for me, what happened was literally just moving on with my life, and also rooting myself within myself. And when I realized that my situation, my ex actually needed me, and he literally thrived off of me, because a lot of times these men are only able to go to the next girl or to cheat on us because of what we did for them, because we were their foundation. We were making them look good. We were making sure they had the A's and the B's. See, the girl on the other side of the door, she don't know what's going on behind the scenes. She don't know that we're literally the woman behind the machine. We keeping them going until she gets there, and she's like, oh, she was the one that was buying your clothes and your cologne and making sure you took your medicine and making sure you did all the shaving and your business was functioning. They don't know all that. They only know what they see. And, you know, when they come in front of the door, they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And so when you realize how powerful you actually are, and how you will see, they're going to regret. And for me, it took me to just lead a relationship, go to therapy, and just literally sit back and wait, because they all come crawling back. All right. Now, there was this one question that this one girl was like, well, how do you know if a guy actually likes you? Guys, when they like a girl, they go out their way. When they like a girl, they show up. Like, you can say, I want to go to this restaurant. I want to go to this movie. I remember this guy liked me, and I honestly was not interested in him at all, whatsoever. And I told him, like, I was like, every time we meet, I love to go to Ruth Chris. Y'all, I don't like going to Ruth Chris. I really don't. I was just saying stuff to just maybe think that maybe I can maybe say an expensive restaurant and he won't be interested. Man, this man took me to that restaurant and he was like, oh, this ain't expensive. I was like, oh my God. You know, and it's little things like, or I'll be like, he'll be like, oh, I want to see you. He lives an hour away. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I don't drive, so you got to come see me. I do drive. Men will show up and show out if they actually really like you. But you also got to understand that if you give away stuff easy and you don't make a man work for it, they're not going to see the prize in it. They are not going to see the prize in it at all. Which is why when it comes to, I don't give out my name. I don't give out my number. Like, and I'll tell them, you don't get direct access to me. Who do you think you are? You do not get direct access to me. You will never know where I really live at. I will have you pick me up in front of my office building. I will have you pick me up in front of my school. I will have you pick me up in front of the mall. But you will never get direct access to where I live at, to my phone number, nothing. Because when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. So I don't know if that video really helped you all, but I have been wanting to talk about this for a really, really long time. Those are my toxic traits. How to make a man obsessed. They are very, it's crazy because I will literally sometimes ask my little brothers, like, why are these guys like that? And they will tell me, men love a chase. They love a chase. And I'm like, well, I don't want you to chase me, sir. I want you to leave me alone. But if you want to buy something off my Amazon wishlist, you're more than happy to. Okay, y'all, I'm about to get ready to go. Bye.